surgery, and I had my first follow-up appointment.
Hi, everybody.
That's my mama, my amazing nurse this last week. And so we went and had my doctor's appointment, and he was like, "Oh my gosh, you look good." I was like, "Am I swollen? Tell me that's swelling." You know, I got to see my belly button for the first time. And so that was all really well. He actually said for my drains are doing really good. He would take them out Wednesday. Today's a Friday, so he would take them out next Wednesday. However, we live an hour away, one-way trip, so we really don't want to come down 2 days next week. So we're just going to come down Friday, and he's going to take off all the tape, stitching, and drains, and just everything, so we can just do it in one trip. So he was very well pleased with how I look. He says next week I can start on, after we're done with that visit, I can wear like yoga pants, kind of like tight, high-waisted yoga pants, and start wearing something like that, or like a girdle. And so that was good. He said I could start having coffee, so we went by Dutch, and I got a small. I'm taking it easy though. Just don't want to be too much caffeine all at once. So feeling good. He said I can kind of start eating whatever I want. He said I could get into bed if I can, and so maybe be a little lifted, because I don't feel like I can lay flat on my back. He said if I was flat on my back, to have something underneath my legs or sleep on my sides. That seems painful to me, or sounds painful to me, but anyway, I'm going to try to see if I can get in my bed, because I really miss my bed. That was, yesterday, it was just one of the hardest things was I just want to be in my bed. You know, I miss wearing hair daily. Like, this is the first time I've worn a wig since the day before surgery. So, you know, I even put on some mascara and some eyeliner, so I'm feeling like a beauty queen today. But doing better. Still very sore. They actually did a refill for my muscle relaxers, which I need to go turn in, because he definitely said, yeah, you're going to want to upkeep on the muscle relaxers. He said I can start taking ibuprofen, Motrin, Advil, you know, if I want, with the Tylenol too. And so he said aspirin or anything like that, which I don't really take aspirin, but so all that he said was fine to get back into kind of the swing of things. So other than that, it was really good appointment, and you know, I'm just wanting the swelling to go down and see the results, but I know it's going to be a process. Even the nurse in the lobby said you'll get swelling when you do activities, so I'll kind of know if I'm more swollen. It's probably because I've done like some activity. You know, if I'm busier one week, you know, it might show up a couple days later with swelling. So I was like, okay, that was interesting. But he was just like, water, water, water. And I told him I've been drinking almost a gallon of water every day, even still since my surgery. So that, I had that winning for me. I didn't start actually eating, and I did say this in my last update video, but I had my first meal, I guess you could say it was probably day 6, I think, and I had some cauliflower rice and some chicken, and I like scarfed that down. I split it up into 2 meals, and then that next day I had the leftover of that, and then I even had some grilled nuggets and a side salad. That was yesterday. That was from Chick-fil-A. And then today I had a Cobb salad with grilled nuggets from Chick-fil-A, no corn. That was really good. I ate most of it in one setting, and then I put it aside and I ate the rest about an hour and a half later, because my stomach, one, has shrunk since my surgery, but also because it's so tight, I don't want to overfill my stomach and overeat too. So trying to maintain that. I feel very full right now. I'll probably have protein shakes the rest of the day. So he said that he took off a lot. I know he said I had a good size piece of skin that he removed. He actually did some lipo off the flanks and about 500 cc's off each side of my flanks. Another 300 cc's in another area, which is 300 cc's is a Coke can. So I had almost 2 Coke cans removed off each flank of just fat that I couldn't get off or whatever. I think he lipoed in the back. He basically said he gave me curves. So I've never been I don't feel like a curvy person besides being overweight. It was just kind of like boxed. And then losing the weight, I just was loose skin, like straight, you know? So he kind of went down and kind of curved me with my skin and then kind of flanked it so that it would be more curvy. So like I have hips, which is like gonna be new for me because I've never had hips and a small waist. A lot of the ladies in my family do, but I've never been one of those, so this will be a whole new journey for that. Anyway, but he was just like, he said you will be down at least 6 pounds from your pre-surgery weight. He's like, don't get on the scale now, you're swollen, you're probably 10 pounds heavier now with just the swelling and body trauma, even though I've like not even been eating. But he said overall, he goes, I took off at least 5 pounds. So, and I don't know if that was just the loose skin or if that included with the lipo, I don't know. He wasn't really clear on that. So we'll just see. And he said, you know, usually people will lose weight because they're feeling good, you know, and they want to keep that off, which I can't wait to get back outside and to start exercising again. That might be a while. I'm going to ask him next week when I can start doing that. I think it said for sure, like not overexerting myself for, I think it was like 3 weeks. I just have to see. I'm going to see if I can maybe take little light walks outside just to get some sunshine. We've actually had a snowstorm where I live, so it's been like the last 3-4 days of just snow anyway. But I'm definitely looking forward to getting out more and, you know, not overexerting myself. I can tell I'm getting tired a lot easier when I do things, but that's normal. But, you know, I think overall, once I start feeling good, it's gonna feel more worth it. And overall, it was a good appointment. And it's just a journey. It's a journey. You know, I'm not gonna look like today what I'm gonna look like in 5 months or even 6 months or even a year from now. And so I'm trying to tell myself that. And this has a lot to do with, I've talked about this in my weight loss videos with Optavia, is this is a lot of mind stuff and body image mindsets. So I have to remind myself that this is not like how I'm gonna look. Like, prepare yourself that this is swelling. So and that's what I'm trying to tell myself, is so that it doesn't mess with my mind too much. And luckily I've worked on my mind enough for that to know the signs of where I need to know what's reality and what's not. So anyways, that was today's update. Bye. Hey everyone, so today is day 12 post-op, working from home. The last video I did was after my doctor's appointment at 8 days post-op, so it's been another 4 days since then. I have tried, the last few nights I've actually slept in my bed. It's been rough. There's been some good sleep and bad sleep, but kind of upright and then with my legs up. And so that's been going okay. Basically just having a lot of ab pain. Still taking my muscle relaxers, had to get a refill on that. And he said I could take ibuprofen, so I've been taking ibuprofen as well. Some days I have more of an appetite than others. Some days I don't have an appetite. Also, you don't want to eat like big meals because your abs are super tight, so you're going to feel that restraint, and which is good. So yeah, doing okay. In a lot of pain. I also get really winded easy, I've noticed. So just kind of taking it easy and not pushing myself too hard. but like if I'm on the phone over like 10 minutes, I get really winded, if not sooner than that. But I can get myself down from the recliner, but I can't pop the recliner up, which is why I'm on the couch right now, popped up this way. My drains are doing really well. Honestly, I'm only draining them once every 24 hours, if not over 24 hours. So that's going well. Right before this clip, I showed a picture of yesterday. Yesterday was the first day that I felt happy with the results so far. The swelling is really playing on me. I actually did measurements a few days ago, and I measured my waist, and my waist is the same before the surgery, but I know that it's not because the swelling. My hips are actually swollen at least 3 inches from before surgery. So I know that that's all swelling because I didn't get injections in my hips. So I'm definitely swollen. I know that if my hips are swollen that much, that my waist has to be swollen as well. I'm starting to get excited to wear compression garments. I think that's going to really help. He said I could sleep on my side, but I feel that until I have compression garments, I don't want to do that. But I'm looking forward to that. I should be on Friday after the drains and everything I removed. I should be able to get into some compression garments, take a shower, which I'm so excited about. I've been doing sponge baths. Today I put on hair, but I'm just looking forward to kind of getting back to normal. However, I know that this process is a long process. I've heard of girls saying that week 3 and 4 were more painful than week 2. I've heard people say, you know, week 6 or stuff like that, and it's like, whoa. So it's going to be a process. I think that I need to embed in my head that I'm going to have good days and I'm going to have hard days. There's going to be days that I feel like I can do a marathon, and there's going to be days that I can't. And there's going to be days that if I push myself too hard, the next day I'm probably going to be really swollen. So learning to navigate that, those emotions, those mindsets. I've shared a couple pictures on Instagram. That's where I'm being a little bit more open and vulnerable with my journey, and also on these videos. But anyways, I just want to say yay for day 12. Been in kind of more pain today. I didn't sleep that well last night, and it's a day-by-day thing. Stay up on your meds, and protein, and make sure you're taking vitamins. My protein drinks are my Optavias, so they have all my vitamins and minerals. So I feel really good on them. I feel like I'm doing well, and I feel just a lot better. So that's the update for today. So update, today is 15 days since surgery. Today is the first time I've done my makeup in 18 days, so it feels good to do that. My mom and I are on my way to my doctor's appointment. Today the drains are supposed to be coming out and all the stitches are supposed to be coming out. And I brought a bunch of compression garments and ab board. I think I grabbed the ab board. And then some clothes to change into. And so hopefully all that will go smoothly. And then I can start wearing the compression to help with the swelling. This week has been pretty hard. The swelling's been pretty intense and kind of like uneven. And it's made me question a lot. It's made me upset. Yesterday was a harder day emotionally. I think I cried 3 times yesterday. I hear that's normal. Like, I really felt like I've never had depression per se, but yesterday I really was like, what is this? Like, what is going on? And I've heard of people saying that. So I think it's a normal feeling. I think the surgery, it can play a lot of mental game, because you just want to have the surgery and be done. But there is major trauma that happens to the body, and so there's massive swelling. And that's why a lot of doctors say don't complain or want to talk about a revision or anything like that till like 6 months. So for me, that's kind of really hard because it's like, you know, after all this work I've done to lose weight, I want to look good, and now I have to still wait the process of allowing my body to heal. I'm going to start massages next Friday. I have an appointment with my friend. She does Sundays or Fridays, and so Sundays are pretty busy for me, so I'm going ahead and doing on Fridays. So hopefully that will help too with the swelling, but I'm just eager to try to get into compression. I think that will help me. I've been still sleeping upright in my bed with my knees popped up with pillows. That's been okay, but it's kind of can get painful sometimes with that, and in my lower back. I also recommend, and I should have done this earlier, is to wear like a neck pillow, because like if you're sitting on the chair or in bed, because like this spot right here, like my lower neck, upper back is like been killing me all week. So recommend having a support pillow, neck pillow, for that, to help with your neck, especially if you're going to be like looking on your phone or anything like that. It's actually been that's been more painful, one of the most painful things of my week this week. I have no pain around my incision. We'll see how that today goes with them taking out the stitches. But mainly the thing that hurts is my abs, my muscles. So today I want to find out more how much my muscles were separated. And I want to actually see if I can have a copy of my records of like all that they removed with the lipo, all that they removed with the tummy tuck, you know, the skin removal, and how much of the muscle repair was done. I'd like to have that on record. But anyways, quick update. Well, it's been 4 minutes, and I'll do a video, and my mom's gonna help me try to video the process today of my appointment. And so we'll try to get some angles in there. If not everything's in here, probably because it wasn't decent enough, but we're gonna try to figure that one out. So, all right, stay tuned.
Tape. This is the hard part. Getting the tape off hurts.
Oh my gosh, that hurt. I can still feel it like on this side from when you took that one out.
Really?
Yeah.
It usually doesn't hurt. Okay, I gotta get this suture that's... Where's that suture? There it is. Okay, there it is. Here it comes. Get the sucker.
This mama would normally not do this, but
Okay.
only because she wants me to.
Okay, here we go. Here comes the drain. This one's coming over. You gonna see it over there? It's moving.
I can feel it
Yeah,
yanking on
so-
this side. Oh my god.
It is.
Oh.
No more.
Whew.
That was long.
That was awesome.
I could feel it yanking from over here, like over on this side of my stomach.
We saw it pulling
Yeah.
out.
And then
Wow.
because we left it in there, this thing will just close up by itself. I mean, it won't drain as much because there's like a straw. There's like, and then it takes some sutures out too.
Okay.
This is the part that takes me like an hour almost just to close this wound out.
Yeah.
And then it takes me like 10 minutes to take the suture out. Or 2 seconds to take the suture out.
Oh.
It's kind of funny.
It's like you might as well just get it off, huh?
Yeah.
And today it's 16 days post-surgery. I forgot to do a follow-up after my video appointment with my doctor, which you saw some of those clips. So I got into my compression garment and got dressed and felt like $1,000,000. I mean, obviously still was being careful, but I just wanted to feel a little normal again. So we actually went to Sam's Club, and I walked around Sam's Club, got a few things. And then my mom went into another store, and I went ahead and stayed in the car because I was kind of feeling a little weak. And then we made a pit stop, and I got my husband some stuffed cannolis and prosciutto peppers. My husband's Italian, and there's a Italian market deli that's his favorite right down by my doctor. So I told him as a perk, whenever I go to my doctor's appointments, I'll get him some. So, because we're about an hour and 15 minutes from there, so it's not always an always thing. But then I got home and I kind of forgot to do a video. One thing I've noticed a lot in my recovery, and I don't know if I've talked about this, is my stomach size. Now, I've been on a health journey for a while, but also because my abs were tied back together, what I need to do for my appetite is split my lean and green meal in half, and that will help so I don't get overstuffed and my abs are hurting more. So that's one thing I've noticed as far as with eating and stuff. My abs have hurt the worst. My incision hasn't hurt. I've had 2 C-sections. My incision hasn't hurt at all. It's numb down there. But the abs is what has hurt the most. I've been still taking muscle relaxers. Today, actually, my last muscle relaxers I took yesterday were at 2 p.m. And I actually left them in my mom's vehicle, or with her. And so I actually didn't take muscle relaxers last night. Haven't yet today. It's like 10:30. So this is the longest I've been actually without muscle relaxers. I'm gonna try to only use muscle relaxers at night from now on and go strictly to Advil. So that way I can drive through the day, because I can't drive when I'm on muscle relaxers, and I've been on muscle relaxers. So I'm gonna see how I do with that. Also tomorrow I'm back to leading worship at my church, so that will be interesting because sometimes I get winded. Like if I'm talking over like 10 minutes, I'm talking to someone, I just get exhausted. You know, I went through surgery. So there was some really hard days this week, but yesterday after kind of getting out, going to Sam's Club, just getting in normal clothes, I felt a lot better. And actually the compression garment I'm wearing, and I'll try to do some pictures here or video. Okay, so sorry, this video is going to be like this direction. This is the compression garment that I'm wearing. It goes up along the sides and then a strap. It is and it has shorts, so it kind of comes down like that, and it has a silicone strip here. And I tagged this on Instagram with who I got it from on Instagram. And her name's Karina. And it's super nice. It stays, the legs actually fit me nice. They're kind of loose in the legs and in the hip and butt area, but it's pretty tight on my waist, but that's how you want it to be. It's going to help the swelling go down. I've already noticed that just by wearing it the last 17 hours. It's a zipper, but the inside layer is hooks. So you hook it first. You have 3 different areas to hook. And then it's a zipper. Now, one thing I've found out is I have a short torso. I have a super short torso, so it's kind of doubled down over because I did not realize I have a short torso, and I'm gonna have an hourglass figure. So right in here, I know I'm swollen, but honestly, he said my bone is right here. So I've always had trouble, like when I was heavier, especially, I would always have like this roll here. And it always bothered me. And so he did lipo a little bit, but he was like, honestly, that's bone. He's like, you just have a wide bone here. And then it cuts. And then honestly, this is like, it's a little puffy, but he goes, you have a bone. So he said what he tried to do is kind of go like this with my C-section and give me an hourglass. And then he goes, I really didn't have much to lipo in here because you were, you know, there wasn't much fat there, but it's just how you're built. So I have an hourglass figure for the first time in my life. And hopefully this will all go down here. And this is a little puffy. And this will all go down too. And so as I go down in sizes, I can then get a smaller garment. So anyways, I like it. It's comfortable. And I'll be wearing this for quite a while. And even probably once I get into smaller sizes, I'll be wearing that just as much. So anyways, that's that. Has really been helping my abs. It's made like it just kind of tight on them. It actually hurts my abs more than anything. I did put a little tissue to cover the belly button just in case. It's doing fine. But honestly, it feels really good and it's helping me. I went ahead and slept in it as well. I took it off this morning for about 5-10 minutes while my husband was getting ready for work, and just kind of got up and walked around and had it off for a little bit, because then I was getting nervous that it was gonna be too compression, but I'm clear to wear compression. I just wanna make sure I'm not doing too much, you know, wanting the circulation and stuff. But so far so good. I can tell that it's helping in areas that I've been swollen. Also today I got on the scale for the first time since surgery. Actually, I don't even know, I probably got on the scale like a week before surgery. Since the last time I got on this, and he kind of even said, don't get on the scale, you'll be up 10 pounds because of swelling and stuff. But I got on today and I'm down 5.5 pounds. So I'm happy with that because I know I'm still swollen. So I know that I still have some to like shed off. But I am in digits that I never thought I would be in. And I'm actually very close to another lower number. Let's just say I'm very close to 130s. And I am floored. Like I've never have been in the 130s probably since I was, you know, I was trying to think when I was a kid what my weight was. And I'm thinking when I was 12, I think I was 120 pounds. I don't know. When I was 12, I was wearing a size 12 in women's. So I know I wasn't like super heavy, but I don't even know. Like for me, this is mind-boggling. It's unreal. Like I stepped on the scale today and I know I'm swollen. I know I'm still swollen. And I was just like, so for me, this is like a huge thing I want to be happy for. Yeah, I know. Oh, I'm still swollen, you know. Oh man, I want to get into the 130s, you know, stuff like that. So, but today I feel good. I kind of slept a little bit more flat. I still had my head popped up. He said to have my head popped up and my feet popped up, but I could lay more flatter. So that felt really good. I tried to lay on my side. Still getting used to that. My hips are kind of sore, even though like, I think it's more my flanks and then the incision. So I'm just trying to be careful on that. Also, when I sleep on my sides lately, even before the surgery, because I'm so bony up in my shoulders, I actually hurt my shoulders because I'm so bone and I'm just laying on my bone and it hurts. So I have to be careful of how I lay on my side anyway. And that's been like the last 5 months, just because I've lost so much weight and I've gotten so thin in here. So, but last night I slept pretty good. I didn't take any muscle relaxer, sorry. So it was kind of hard to get to sleep and I didn't sleep as well this morning. I took a melatonin and some of my vitamins last night, but even the melatonin like barely touched me. I didn't take my Calm last night, so that would have probably helped. But, you know, so I wasn't as sound sleep as I've been doing lately, but I still felt good today. I have energy. I had 6 ounces of coffee with my protein caramel macchiato shake, and I'm feeling good. I kind of want to go on a walk. He said I can go for a walk, so we'll see. So anyways, this is probably going to be the cutoff of this video, but I hope you guys have enjoyed this segment. The next segment will probably be a longer segment, maybe like week 2 to 1 month. He wants to see me again in 2 weeks to take out the rest of the sutures. I don't know, like I thought he pulled them out, but he said the sutures in my belly button in 1 month or in 2 more weeks. So 1 month from surgery. So I will see him on Good Friday. And then I don't know if there's any more left in my incision, but you know, feeling good. I'm praying that the next 2 weeks are good. I go back to work, so it's going to be a process. I can't lift still. I'm going to get tired. I know there's going to be good days and there's going to be hard days. So today I plan to rest because yesterday was a big day with my appointment, and then tomorrow's a big day with going back to work. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys have any questions, just comment below. Click the subscribe button if you want to see more. I just want to thank everybody and thank everyone that's new to my channel. I do wig reviews, so you know, wigs might not be your thing, but hopefully you'll enjoy the channel, and hopefully I can get some more content out, diverse content that I like doing. You know, not just my wigs, my weight loss, the tummy tuck, but to just kind of bring you guys along on this journey. But I'm very thankful. Today I can tell the garment's helping, and hopefully it continues. So all right, don't forget to shine bright, love others, and be kind. See you guys next time. Bye.